We're back.
This is our first week.
And this is a new story on why she does not like Katie. Take it away.
This will be the third time I've spent Katie spent the night since me and my kids came up here. I went to bed, and so did Rebecca. Now, being that Katie is Rebecca's friend, the logical thing she should have done was walk in Rebecca's room and go to bed when Rebecca did. No, she decided she was going to stay up. I went to bed. Steven, which is Rebecca's brother, my fiance, is what you call a night owl. He likes to be up all night long and sleep half the day.
Which is usually what I do.
Which is usually what Rebecca does, and I do it sometimes. But he's a night owl. He likes to be up all night. So he stays up at night, plays his video games, and I go to sleep so that I can get up with the kids in the morning. I let him sleep, and then I wake him up. So she decided she was going to stay up with Steven while me and Rebecca went to bed. Not a smart thing to do on her part. So while me and Rebecca are sound asleep in our beds, they're on the back porch having themselves a grand old time. Not only was I pissed when I got up the next morning because all of my cigarettes were gone, and so were Rebecca's. She smoked up all of Rebecca's cigarettes.
I just got a new pack.
And Steven is the kind of person that has that southern hospitality. If you smoke and he smokes and he has cigarettes and you don't, he'll offer you one. And Katie's the kind of person that you offer it to her.
She's gonna take it, especially with weed.
Anyways, so I didn't know about this at first. Then when Katie got up, Katie proceeded to make it a point to come out to the living room and rub in my face the fact that she stayed up all night with my fiance. And just had a happy good old time, and they were wrestling around in the living room. Now, argument's sake, Steven is not the type of man that cheats. Ever.
He's not.
He is not the one I did not trust. I did not trust her because she's slutty. She comes off slutty. She acts slutty. She's slutty.
And the main thing why this pisses her off because they were wrestling. And
they were wrestling around on the living room floor in front of my children.
Now, if you have kids. And
a hypothetical situation. If you had children and their daddy, well, he's not biologically their daddy, but he's the only daddy they know. And their daddy's wrestling around the floor with another female.
That's not their mother.
That's not their mother. That's going to confuse a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. That pissed me off more than anything. And then she made it her point to come and rub it in my face. I went off on Steven. Not for the simple fact that I had suspicions that he cheated on me or anything. Because 1, she's a minor. 2, she's nasty. And 3,
she smells bad.
He's not a cheater, and he's devoted to me and me only. It's not him I didn't trust, it was her. Because she even told Rebecca that she liked Steven. I went off on Steven. I told him the next time she comes over here, he doesn't have to look at her, he doesn't have to speak to her, he doesn't have to offer her a cigarette, and if she even asks for one, I don't care if she's a minor or not, I'm going to smack her. So the next time I was very unpleasant to her the rest of the time she was here. The next time she came over, she made the first mistake of going to ask Steven for a cigarette. I gave her the dirtiest look I think I've ever given anyone in my entire life. If looks could kill, that girl would have dropped dead right then and there. So no, I do not like her. And that is exactly the reason why I do not like her. Nobody's going to come in the house I live in, come to my home, and think they're going to spend all night with my man and then rub it in my face? Yes, I stoop to a low level. I made it a point to rub in her face. Yeah, he might have spent all night up with you, talking to you, but sweet, I'm the one he sleeps with. I'm the one he comes home to. I'm the one he climbs in bed with. I'm the one that gets laid by him every night, not you.
Make it very blunt. He fucks her every night, not you.
Exactly. And he's with me, and nobody else. I live in a house.
It's like a big head song.
I so apologize.
And then a warning alarm
that your brother's getting dead. I apologize. Anyways.
But, like, to make it... This is a brand new pack of cigarettes. I just opened it not even like 10 minutes ago.
That whole pack was gone.
And there's only 2, right now there's just one of them, but there's only 2 of them that are missing.
I had 3 missing out. No, I had 2 missing out of the pack. I smoked one and Steven smoked one.
I smoked one and Katie smoked one. This was all fucking gone by the time I woke up. Imagine how pissed off I was when I got woken up by their screaming and I was looking forward to a cigarette.
Yeah,
Every morning.
She got woke up to me screaming at her friend.
And then Katie, what really woke me up is when Katie came in here and stayed in my door. And then I bitched at her. She was like, well, Amy fucking yelled at me. And I was like, what'd you do? Like,
Amy doesn't yell at people for no reason.
Right? You have to do something severely wrong to her.
For me to scream at you.
And then she's like, blah, blah, blah. And Amy's big ass out the living room. She did this and she did this and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna fucking kill that nasty bitch. I'm like, alright.
Yeah, Amy was not being quiet. I wasn't being nice about it.
Now, my cigarettes are on my computer desk. Well, we're on my computer desk. This is where my computer is now. And she put my pack back down where it was. Put my lighter on top of the pack. That's how it was before I went to sleep. Oh, I grabbed it and it felt kind of light. I'm like, maybe it's just me. I'm walking through the living room. I'm like this. I turn around. I'm like, where the fuck are my cigarettes? I looked at Steven. Steven's like, oh, well, and then Katie, she was like, I smoked them all.
She didn't even feel bad about it or nothing. She had no remorse. She's just like, oh, I smoked them all. Like, it was just her invitation to just go smoke up somebody else's.
Like they were hers.
Exactly.
I was like, why? And she was like, well, me and Steven, we were talking, and Amy's like, I need a fucking cigarette. I need a fucking cigarette.
So I got to open my cigarette pack. My cigarettes are gone. Because after she went through Rebecca's, the bitch went through mine too.
With Steven.
Yeah. Well, Steven was understandable because it was mine and Steven's
cigarettes.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
We shared cigarettes.
But I stamped down my pack, and I let my mom's room. She was supposed to be.
I threw mine at her. When Rebecca left the room, I threw my empty pack at her head.
I threw mine down. I was so pissed off. I go in my mom's room. I took the keys. I took her keys, and I hit the unlock button on the key. I opened the door. I go in the glove compartment, and I got me and Amy and Steven our own pack of cigarettes. 3. Okay. And I tossed Steven his, and then him and Amy used hers. Me and Amy went outside and go smoke a cigarette. This bitch had the nerve to come out there. As soon as she opened the door, she's like, can I? And Amy's like, go the fuck inside. Don't even ask us for a cigarette. Don't even ask my boyfriend for a cigarette at the time. He was her boyfriend. Son of married. And her eyes got like really big.
Not married. Not yet.
Engaged. But
might as well if he's married. What's missing is wearing a piece of paper.
Her eyes got really big. I'm like, she looks like she wanted to yell at Amy. And
let her try. You let her try.
Amy was like her nostrils flared out and everything.
I wanted that bitch to yell at me so I could have a reason to knock her fucking block off.
She wasn't saying. She just wasn't saying.
16 years old. I'm not a child abuser. I'm telling y'all, but 16 years old or not, I wanted to knock that girl's head off her shoulders. I really did.
So, as soon as I lit up my cigarette, Amy just let me have it. Because I was like, hey, what happened? She's like, I'm like, I was like, okay, I'm not kidding. I know, I'm, the bitch just pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
I understood because she did the same thing to me the day that Katie pissed her off and used her laptop with you.
Yeah. And then, like, just, I go inside, and Katie's getting ready to pack up all her stuff. And she calls her dad, and her dad's like, I'm not picking you up.
You're just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it.
He was like, you know, with her dad, her mom, she was like, I can't pick you up. I'm in half an hour away from you. And whatever you did to Rebecca, you know, you need to fix it. You're staying there. Like, you must have done something severely wrong to Rebecca to make her yell at you like that. And I was like, I didn't do anything. She was on speaker.
Katie told her mom, "It wasn't Rebecca that did anything to me, it was Amy." Katie's mom asked her who Amy was. She said, "Oh, it's Rebecca's brother's girlfriend." She goes, her mom asked her, "So what did you do to Amy?"
Nothing, I swear.
And
But
she sat and lied to her mom and told her mom that I yelled at her for no reason.
I walked in my room, and she's unpacking all her shit. And I'm like, what are you doing? Well, I was going to go home, but my mom will pick me up now.
Bitch, you got legs? Walk home.
I'm like, alright. Okay. No, you came here tonight? She's like, yeah. I say, I'm like in my head, no. No, Mom, no.
Now, that whole night was a living nightmare for her, because I did everything in my fucking power that night to make that girl miserable.
And this was the night my friend Michael, well, mine and Steven's friend, and Amy's friend.
Our friend Michael.
Yeah.
Michael is Katie's age.
Mine.
He's
Mine.
16. He was 15 at the time.
Yeah. But now he's mine Katie's age. But and he had a girlfriend. So he hasn't spent the night at our house in about 3 years since Steven left the first time back out of Florida.
So, you know, since we are all here hanging out, Michael decided to ask his dad if he could come over here so that we could all hang out.
And it was a Saturday.
So it's not like a school.
So we're all like, Katie, okay, Michael, Steven, and Amy, they're all smoking cigarettes. And there's like 2 love seat chairs put together. And there's a bench that we have from the band.
From an old band they used to have, and now they sit outside as outdoors.
Yeah. And so Steven and Michael are sitting on the bench. Because like me and Amy have like assigned seats. So like she has, and she has that side. Yeah. So she's sitting in her chair, and me and Katie came out to smoke a cigarette. And first person to sit down was Katie, and she took my seat. Or no, I'm sorry. You were in the chair, the green chair. Michael was in your seat, and Steven was on the bench. Right?
I was in my seat.
Or Michael was in the chair.
Steven and Michael were on the bench.
No, because Michael was... Katie sat next to Michael. So Michael was in the chair. Steven was on the bench. She was in the love seat. And the way the chair was, it was like catty corner, kind of. So it's facing all 3 of the seats. Well, Katie got in my seat. And right when I closed the door, she was like, I called it. I'm like, called what, bitch? That's my seat. Get the fuck up. Well, I don't have anywhere else to sit.
She didn't stand.
Amy's like, you can either stand or go get that black stool. Stool. Or go sit on the steps. Or on the floor. She's like, you're not sitting next to me or Michael. You're for damn sure not sitting next to Steven. She's like, she rolled her eyes and kind of mumbled whatever. And Amy's like, excuse me? I'm sorry, I don't think we quite heard that. And she'd say anything.
Would you like to share your presentation with the class? Is what I said to her.
And she didn't say anything.
And just walked away.
And she got the black stool and she put it next to my chair. Because she was only next to me. I sat down. Michael's like, so Rebecca, how's your morning? I'm like, did they not explain to you the way I was supposed to?
We hadn't quite told him what happened yet.
And Michael's like, no, what?
Oh, I told him. While she was sitting right there.
And Katie didn't say a damn thing. And Michael looked at Katie, he's like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, that's so low. And Katie still didn't say anything. Like, her head was down the whole entire time. And then Michael was like, can you believe that shit? And I'm like, dude, don't even ask me. I'm not in this. I just got woken up. Googly, just, no. And then Steven was like, yeah, it's not like I did anything wrong. He was like, oh, I know you did it. Just phone the fuck up. And I'm just like, don't laugh. And then and then she tried to pull that stunt again, where I was going to bed and he was going to bed.
So she decided she was going to stay up with Steven and Michael.
Because they were out in the living room playing the game.
Hell no. That was not happening.
Okay, so we were all getting ready to go to bed, and I go in my room. I'm like, Katie, let's go. I just know, Katie, let's go. I grabbed her by the back of her shirt, and I dragged her down the hallway, and I pushed her in front of me. I closed my door behind me. She's the first one in my room. And I don't like her sleeping in the bedroom. She really does smell bad. I slept in my bed and she was sleeping on the floor.
She tried to sneak out.
I was like this much away from being asleep. As soon as I was about to doze off, I felt heard my door is not quiet. It squeaks. It's a new door. I heard it squeak open and then her close it lightly. And I'm like, it's such a stupid cut. Like, are you serious?